Homeward Bound, written by Ellen G. White.
The news came to Jesus, please come fast. Lazarus is sick, and without your help, he will not last. Mary and Martha watched their brother die. They waited for Jesus, he did not come, and they wondered why. The death watch was over, buried 4 days. Somebody said, he'll soon be here, the Lord's on his way. Martha ran to him, and then she cried, Lord, if you'd been here, you could have healed him, he'd still be alive. But you're 4 days late. All hope is gone. Lord, we don't understand why you waited so long. But his way is God's way, not yours or mine. And isn't it great when he's 4 days late, he's still on time.
Jesus, God's Gift. February 18th, the test of Christ's divinity.
Lazarus, come forth. John chapter 11, verse 43.
He felt every pang of anguish as he said to his disciples, Lazarus is dead. But Christ had not only the loved ones at Bethany to think of, he had the training of his disciples to consider. They were to be his representative to the world, and that the Father's blessing might embrace all. For their sake he permitted Lazarus to die. Had he restored him from illness to health, the miracle that is the most positive evidence of his divine character would not have been performed.
In delaying to come to Lazarus, Christ had a purpose of mercy toward those who had not received him. He tarried that by raising Lazarus from the dead, he might give to his stubborn, unbelieving people another evidence that he was indeed the resurrection and the life. In his mercy, he purposed to give them one more evidence that he was the restorer, the one who alone could bring life and immortality to light. This was to be an evidence that the priests could not misinterpret. This was the reason of his delay in going to Bethany. This crowning miracle, the raising of Lazarus, was to set the seal of God on his work and on his claim to divinity.
Lazarus had been laid in a cave in a rock, and a massive stone had been placed before the entrance. Take ye away the stone, Christ said, thinking that he only wished to look upon the dead. Martha objected, saying that the body had been buried 4 days and the corruption already begun its work. This statement, made before the raising of Lazarus, left no room for Christ's enemies to say that a deception had been practiced.
And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth! His voice, clear and penetrating, pierces the ear of the dead. As he speaks, divinity flashes through humanity. In his face, which is lighted up by the glory of God, the people see the assurance of his power. Every eye is fastened on the entrance to the cave. Every ear is bent to catch the slightest sound. With intense and painful interest, all wait for the test of Christ's divinity, the evidence that is to substantiate his claim to be the Son of God, or to extinguish the hope forever.
There is a stir in the silent tomb, and he was dead stand at the door of the sepulchre.
Jesus said, Martha, show me the grave. But she said, Lord, you don't understand. He's been there 4 days. The gravestone was rolled back. Then Jesus cried, Lazarus, come forth. Then somebody said, He's alive, he's alive. He's 4 days late, and all hope is gone. Lord, we don't understand why you waited so long. But his way is God's way, not yours or mine. Isn't it great that he's 4 days late? He's still on time. He's still on time. My God is great that he's 4 days late. He's still on time. Join us tomorrow for another devotional reading by God's grace. For by grace are ye saved through faith, that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God.